Show Me is a great strategy if you want to do a quick assessment in your classroom. So there are 3 different components: hand signals, the whiteboards, and clickers. Hand signals are good if you just want to understand what your audience is feeling. So for example, in this video, I'm going to teach 3rd grade math to a student. So we'll be talking about multiplication. I will give a multiplication problem and then have the student evaluate it and then ask the student how she is feeling, giving a hand signal on a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being, hey, I could explain this to a friend, and 1 being, I'm a little stuck and I might need a little bit more help, and the numbers in between leading up to the 5 and to the 1. After giving a hand signal, if the student answers with an appropriate answer, which would be about a 4 or 5, that she's confident in her work, I'm going to have her write on her whiteboard. And I'm going to give her a multiplication problem and say, okay, I want you to do this independently. She'll have a whiteboard and a marker, and she can write it down and then flash it up to me, and I can just point at her with a hand signal that we've already predetermined, and she will put the whiteboard down. And that's another great way of quick assessment. So the last part of Show Me is just the clickers, and I'm not a big fan of the clicker component because you're not really getting data from your students, you're just getting data from a clicker, so you don't know which students missed which problems, so I'm not going to be going over the clicker component in this video. Good morning, class. Today we're going to be talking about multiplication. So let's go over a review of what we did yesterday, and we'll start with a problem. Let's do 8 times 2. Now, to multiply, we need to make our groups. So we'll make a group of 8 and another group of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's one group of 8 and there's 2 groups of 8. So we have 8 in each group and 2 groups of 8. So we can add these together, 8 plus 8. We can multiply or we can count them. So in this case, we're going to multiply. So 8 times 2 is 16. And we can prove our answer by counting the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Class, now I want you to show me how confident you are in your skills with multiplication as our review of yesterday. Give me a 1 if you're not feeling too great about it and you might need a little more practice, but give me a 5 if you think that you could explain this to a friend. Ready, go. Thank you. As soon as the class feels pretty confident about how the multiplication is going, I'm going to ask them to do a quick assessment of Show Me. So when I ask them to do this, I'm going to give my student a simple multiplication problem, and this time we'll make it 7 times 3. She has her own whiteboard and she has a marker, and I'm going to ask her to write down the answer on the board. Of course, my class only has 1 student right now, so she won't have to look around at others. But in a larger class, it'll be nice to have this because students will be able to write down their own work on the board, and they'll be able to give you their independent thinking all at one time. And you can just give the students a hand signal if they got it right and a different hand signal if they got it wrong. And if a majority of the class got it wrong, you'll be able to explain the problem to the class. All right, class, now I want you to show me. I'm going to give you a problem on the board, and that problem is 7 times 3. You have your whiteboard and you have your marker. I want you to show me your best work. Ready, go. Wow, class, you're really working hard today. All right, great, that's the right answer, good job. So to sum it up, Show Me is a great strategy for quick assessment by using hand signals, whiteboards, and clickers in some cases.